evaluation of my class Human Communication Skills. I entered Human Communication Skills back in January 2010. It was my first time speaking in front of the camera. I was so nervous. I remember doing my first speech. It was on an introduction. I was talking slow and I was trying to speak clear in order to make sure I was doing everything correctly. And as I look back, I did another speech. I was more nervous than ever. I had to do a speech on taking a trip, my spring break trip. I spoke about going to see Obama at the White House. Now that's something I really want to do. But I spoke about going and having dinner with Michelle, the children, and Obama. I enjoyed it, as it was make-believe. But it was my speech. And I also spoke about how my spring break rocked. I think I did fairly good on that. The only thing that I see that I did wrong was chewing gum. That's something that I got to work on. Stop chewing gum as I do my speech. As you see now, I'm not chewing my gum. So I've gained strength about not being nervous and putting my gum aside. Other mistakes that I made, I was moving, I wasn't making eye contact with the camera. I was jittery during my video recordings also. As you see now, I'm not moving as much. I noticed all those mistakes that I had made in my videos earlier. I went back and I kind of corrected some of those now. Now that I did several videos, I'm kind of comfortable being in front of the camera. I didn't know I was as nervous until I went back and reviewed my videos. Now I've gained self-confidence in myself about speaking in front of the camera. I made a lot of mistakes, and I give myself credit for knowing how to do the video camera now. I thought I was a people person until I entered Miss Sally's class. I was very nervous, I was shy, but now I'm a whole lot better. As you see, I'm speaking clear, I'm not moving, I'm not chewing gum. I'm just me today. And also another thing that I was doing, I was stumbling over words. Haven't done it yet. Give me a few minutes, maybe I will get nervous and I'll stumble over some more of my words. Well, my self-evaluation, I feel like overall, being nervous is one of the things that all the students had too. I went back and I reviewed some of the students' videos also. They were nervous, they were moving. Some stood, some sat, some moved, some read off paper. Another thing, I was reading off my paper also. I don't have my paper in front of me. I've memorized majority of the things that I wanted to speak about on my self-evaluation, even though I read it 3 or 4 times before I decided to do my video. Oh, and then another thing I was doing, I was not speaking clear when I memorized my papers. My mind was somewhere else. Now I'm more settled at speaking. I can read, I can remember what I read. And I think that's what we spoke about when I sat in Miss Sally's class. I'm online, but I went there to gain some kind of confidence about what she was teaching and how she wanted it to be done, so that I wanted this speech to be good when I get ready to do it. So I went there, I sat in her class, and she talked about memorizing stuff. And she talked about looking down at your paper, which I don't have in front of me, so I don't have that to worry about, looking down and remembering where I left off from. That's a good thing, to memorize my speech, because like she said, I could lose my spot when I'm reading. Not once I've lost my spot, because as I went back, I read another girl's presentation. She had turned it into fun. She had someone filming her with the camera, walking around in the streets, doing her spring break. She turned it into fun. It was amazing what she did. So I'm working on gaining confidence in myself about someone making a tour of me as I speak about my speeches now. I'm not only going to sit in the library. I'm going to get outside with the camera, move around, the weather's warm. I'll be able to have someone filming me, and I have a different background besides a whiteboard all the time. But as you see, I did put self-evaluation on the board. I've enjoyed this semester with Miss Sally, and I'm working on trying to become a better person with the camera. I don't know if I put myself down enough, but I came a long ways with working on my speech skills in Miss Sally's class. Thank you. My name is Patricia.